Hello everyone, welcome to my new series I'm going to be doing on YouTube. This is going to be tips and tricks videos for Project Zomboid. After accumulating well over 1,400 hours of this game, you might be wondering, hey, Mason, are you an expert at this game? And to that I say, no, I can't. I can't even play Vanilla Apocalypse without thinking it's too hard. But anyway guys, that's not going to be the issue of this game. Over the course of the 1,400 hours I've played of this game, I have granted a lot of knowledge and some interesting tips about this game that I'm going to go ahead and share to you guys. Now, there are probably a lot of other people that are making this type of videos, so go ahead and see them. They probably have better stuff than me. So anyways, let's go ahead and talk about first, which is the sandbox difficulty. But we're going to go ahead and talk about sandbox in a minute. So if you're new to Project Zomboid and you play on solo, you got 4 different options to start a save file other than the tutorial. But play the tutorial first. It's needed. So you got Apocalypse, which is a standard difficulty. Self-focus, short lifespan, combat best avoided. Then we got Survivor, powerful combat, longer lifespan, a challenging playstyle based on Project Zomboid's previous survival mode. This was in the previous build before build 41 was released. And Builder, which is probably the easy base build right now, instead of going through sandbox options. Construction, exploration, farming focus, more relaxed experience. But then there's custom sandbox. That's what we're going to go ahead and go through in this video. So if you want a playthrough that's a bit easier, a bit harder, or maybe somewhat better than Apocalypse, Survivor, or Builder, you can go ahead and tailor your experiences. Don't mind the mods. Don't mind the mods. We're not talking about the mods. So the base presets in Project Zomboid is Apocalypse, Survivor, Builder, Initial Infection 1 week later, Survival, and 6 months later. These ones were the main difficulties in the previous build 40 and lower. They're still in the game if you want to go ahead and simulate a bit of nostalgia and see how it will work in today's day of age. But anyway, let's go ahead and display some of the sandbox settings. So, Zombie count, well, I don't think I really need to say much about it. It determines how many zombies are going to be in the game. Zombie distribution, urban focus, or uniform. Urban focus means they're going to be mostly populating through towns. Uniform, they'll be everywhere on the map. Now the time, you can go through the day length. You can make it so that the starting day is an hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, or you can go ahead and do real time. You can do starting month. The default starting month is July 9th, 9 a.m. But you can go ahead and start in December 27th at 5 a.m. if you dare well please. Then the world. Now, you can go ahead and govern when the water and electricity shuts off. It could either be through 0 to 30 days, 0 to 2 months, 0 to 6 months, to a year to 5 years, 2 to 6 months, or 6 to 12 months, and the same goes for electricity shut off. This governs the time when the electricity shuts off. So if you want to have a guaranteed few months with it, 2 to 6 months will grant you 2 months of guaranteed water and or electricity. The alarm frequency, this governs when houses will have alarms which will attract zombies, and the locked houses will determine how often doors are locked. Food spoilage, pretty self-explanatory. This is also pretty self-explanatory. Rotten food removal, never been gained days before rotten food is removed from the map. -1 means rotten food is never removed. Maximum is... that's a lot of days. Then there's loot respawn. You can have it so that like loot respawns every so often, but the standard experience is no loot respawn. Then the loot and receive hours. Then this is where the removal list. A common separate list of items that'll be removed for after hours for world. I remove hours. Base vest, base shirt, base blouse. There's like a lot of stuff here. And then there's a list of hours for removed items. 0 means it's not removed. Removal list is... Okay, didn't know that. Then you could also go ahead and determine... Oh, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Then you can go ahead and determine how many months have started during the apocalypse. So if you want to like have a bit of a playthrough where like it's been so many months since the apocalypse, you can go ahead and put it through here. This will affect erosion, food spoilage, and probably govern the water electricity starts off. Fire spread, well, it governs the fire spread. The darkness hours, you can either have like dark, pitch black dark, or bright during night. Generators. Generator work in the exterior. If enabled, generators work on exterior tiles, so you'll be able to pump gas at the gas stations. And then there's going to be the gas station amount. Normal to empty to like infinite. If you have empty, yeah, you're a masochist. Actually, speaking of which, 6 months later, okay, never mind. Okay, I was thinking that 6 months later would have like low fuel storage, but before gas used to be infinite, but with the newer builds, I don't know when it was implemented. Gas is now limited unless you decide to go for infinite in this scenario. So now we have nature, temperature, rain, erosion speed. You can either have it so like that nature takes back the world either slow, normal, or very fast. Erosion days, number of days till 100% growth, or you can govern it through here, I guess. Then you can have farming speed, plant resilience, nature's abundance, nature's abundance, compost time. If you want fast farming, you can go ahead and determine that. If you want slow, you can do the same. Plant resilience makes plants stronger, and farming abundance means how much plants you get from harvesting crops or vegetables instead of plants. What am I talking about? Nature's abundance controls the abundance of fish and general forage. Compost. This is how long it takes for rotten food to turn to compost in a composter. Then you can go ahead and do the rain and fog intensity, and then still on ground. And now we get to the fun stuff. Statistic AI Director. So there's 3 of these options: helicopter, mid events, or sleeping events. So helicopter can be once, sometimes, or often. A normal playthrough will have it once, but if you want to have it sometimes, you can have it sometimes. This means that the helicopter, if you guys don't know, the helicopter event is like a very crappy event. It'll usually happen between like the first like week or so of your playthrough, where a helicopter will fly overhead, and the sound will just draw in like a lot of zombies. So you're gonna be if you're not prepared, you can get overrun, or if you're lucky, you'll be fine. I had sometimes in a playthrough where the helicopter event didn't really bring much zombies to me. But when this happens, the best idea is to like prepare beforehand. Have a car loaded up with gas, some food, and just like go camp out in the woods for like a day or two. Main event: how often zombies are attracted to in-game events like gunshots, screams, etc. Now, I don't know the sleeping event. I guess events will happen at night, but it never happens. So let's move on. Now, you can have generator spawn increase or decrease the fuel consumption. You can have randomized events like zones, vehicles, survival houses. So survival houses gives like a lot of cool loot you'll find like some guns and stuff. Vehicle stories, zone stories. You gotta find like police barricades, broken down cars, that stuff. Anti-map chance. You can find like there's a chance when you kill a zombie, it'll have anti-map, which will have a place marked on the map, so you can go ahead and get some loot. How long before zombie bodies disappear? That's how long it takes for zombies to just just disappear. They'll slowly rot and decompose. Decaying corpse health impact. So here's something very interesting. So I don't know when this was added, but Project Zomboid added in so that if you're like near a big chunk of like dead zombies, your character will get sick from being around it. So yeah, I never knew that was in the game until like I started playing recently, like last year. And so this like determines how much impact it has on your character. And then blood level, how much blood is sprayed. You want ultra gore, have fun with that. Now for the loot rarity. Now this determines the how often you'll find loot. It can be from extremely rare to abundant in a playthrough. Now the staples have rare loot, even though it is considered rare, you'll still be able to find like enough in a normal playthrough on rare to like get by. And if you like loot a Gigamart, you're pretty much like set on food for like a good like 3 months. Character, you can increase your XP multiplier, which honestly is a given. I want to see how fast you can level up your stats by having it at the maximum experience multiplier. Probably like one shot will just like max out your skills with the fast learner trait. This determines how fast hunger, thirst, and fatigue will decrease. This also increases the chance to recover from performing actions. Nutrition affects the player's condition. So fatty foods will increase your weight, while low caloric foods will lower your weight. A starter kit, you can have this in the previous build. You can opt to put this on before taking on one of these standard difficulties, and you'll just spawn in with a bag of chips, water bottle, a school bag, a bat, and a hammer. You can give yourself free trade points if you want more customizability for your character. Construction strength gives more health to construction. Injury severity. Why did that take so long for me to like spit out? Increases and decreases the impact injuries have on your body, and it increases, and it could either determine the healing time. You can enable or disable fractures. Honestly, I've seen like you can like fracture every bone in your body, but so far I've only fractured my leg. I don't know how you can fracture like anything else. But that's if you want to disable it, go for it. I was going to say something, but we'll get to that in a minute. Clothing degradability governs how quickly your clothing degrades, which becomes blooded. You can even disable it so you have pristine condition clothing all the time. Nice clean clothing. Rear vulnerability. So if a zombie's behind you, this gives a chance of you getting bitten from behind. So you have like low and you don't really get bitten that much. If you want to go back to build 40 before the new animation update, you can enable multi-weapon hit. So weapons will hit multiple zombies at once. Disable the walking unimpedable melee attacking. I have no idea what this means. I guess you can't move while like you're attacking while using melee. All clothing unlocked. So there used to be a mod called the Fashion Montage mod, which basically did this, but since this new build came out, if you want to have like all the clothing unlocked for more customizability, take this. And also with the new build 50 map out, build 50 map. Oh my god, I'm not following a script. I'm just like speaking just like out of what I know. I think it was like build 50 of no, not build 50. Build 4150, around like the 50s is when you were, no, it was 60 actually. 50 was, I don't even know what the hell 50 was. Build 60 added in Louisville multiplayer and a minimap, so you'll be able to govern where you are. This is actually really cool because before we would have to just like remember like specific landmarks, and sometimes you would get lost. But you have a world map, which basically means your character like has a map and he just like draws where he's been, and you'll be able to like locate yourself. You can enable those so you have a mini map. So if you don't want to like press the M button and just like look at the map, you can just look there and everything will be fine. Vehicles. You can enable or disable vehicles. You can also enable whether they are easy of use. Recent survivor vehicles, which has like a chance to have a great condition car. You can also reduce or increase the engine loudness, the rate they spawn, if they have gas, their initial gas, how much gas they use, how locked they are, their condition, and then you can enable traffic jams that spawn on the main roads of the map. So if you go to like south of Muldraut into the crossroads, you'll see one of these. How frequently cars will be discovered with an alarm. I've only had this once, and it was very recently, where like I broke into a car and there was an alarm, and I was like, how the hell do I disable this? Because I never had this happen before. You can also enable or disable getting damage from crashing, and then you can increase or decrease the amount of damage you take from crashing. The siren hours for a wailing siren shuts off. Interesting. You can also damage to player from hit by a car. Damage received by a player from the car in a collision. Okay. And then we get to the main meat, the last bit of this guide. I'm not going to go through with this because these are modded once again. So these are the normal well, proper zombies for Project Zomboid. So you can govern their speed, strength, toughness, transmission, infection, mortality, reanimation, cognition, memory, how often they crawl in vehicle, composition, sight, hearing, environmental attacks, construction, day or night active, zombie alarm triggering, drag down, or offensive. With the new animation update, if multiple zombies like corner you, they'll drag you down and you get insta-killed. And so there's a chance to lunge up to climb over a fence if you're too close. I've never had this happen, but I've been dragged down so many times, it's ridiculous. Alright, so if you want like sprinters, I've never played with sprinters because I'm not that masochistic. I usually play with fast shamblers, but before I got used to the new animations, I just play with shamblers. It just determines how fast the zombies move. You can basically determine how much damage zombies inflict on your health. So weak, they won't really do that much damage. Normal's normal. Superhuman, they do a lot of damage. How tough zombies are to kill? They could be like fragile. They'll take like a few bat swings. Normal, they'll take like, I don't know, probably like 5 or 7 swings. Yeah, tough, I think it's better you just take the bat and shove it up your own butt cheeks. Now this, oh my god. I don't know when it was updated, probably back in September, but thank God for saliva only. Because the normal way to get infected is through blood and saliva, which like is a bite's a guaranteed death. And before the saliva only, there was a chance that scratches can get you infected. Scratches had like a 5% chance, a laceration had like a 25% chance, and bites are 100%. Apparently Apparently, it is rumored that you can survive a bite, but I've yet to see that happen. Or you can have it so that it's like The Walking Dead. Everyone's infected. Like, if you die, you're just going to turn into a zombie. Or you can have no transmission. You could be immune. Or the zombies in your playthrough don't infect through anything. So, but usually I play with saliva only because a lot of times one scratch will kill you. Like, that's how often it is for me. Like, I'll just get like one scratch, I'll just be fine. Then the next day I get the queasy moodlet, and I'm just like, god damn it. So yeah, I play saliva only, and I think you guys should too, unless like you're a little sadistic. But still, saliva only, amazing. And this dictates how long it takes for the infection to kill your character. You can have it instant. 0 to 30 seconds is also kind of instant as well. It usually takes 2 to 3 days. So if you get like bitten or something, honestly, probably just like drinking a bottle of bleach is the best medicine for your character. Trust me on that. Or if you want to like just like live out the rest of your days, you can like have one final standoff, kill as many as you can, or like do like some sort of like heroic sacrifice. You can like live long enough to do that. But if you have the prone to illness trait, this is probably like, I think lower to half, I think. And this is how often it takes for an infected corpse to turn back as a zombie. Now, cognition. This determines how smart the zombies are. So they have basic navigation, they'll just wander around. Navigation, I think like this, they'll take like the best path. I think like basic navigation, they'll just like walk straight. These guys will take like the quickest route to you. Although I'm not too sure. I don't really play with this. Or you can have navigate and use doors, which means they'll open up doors, which is kind of scary. So if you're playing with the fact that they can open doors, lock every door. You're not safe. This was also added, I think, like a year ago. This controls how often zombies can crawl under cars, or you can have it so that crawlers only crawl only. Memory. I remember for the sense one, sight and hearing, there was also smell, but I don't really think smell really dictated much. Memory can determines how long zombies remember players after seeing or hear them. You can have normal, short, or none, so they'll just like stop. So this one is a very interesting option. Controls the effects of decomposition over time, so it slows and weakens over time. I think it just like makes their either their strength or toughness extremely low. And they'll happen over time, and they'll like decompose. Like if you kill a zombie, like an old zombie, like months later on, it'll like you'll hear like flies buzzing, and it's just like honestly disgusting. You can determine how strong their sight or hearing is. Pinpoint, good luck surviving. Eagle, good luck trying to be sneaky, because they'll like see you and hear you like pretty much like instantly if you have this on. Environmental attacks, if you want like shit zombies, you can go ahead and do that. So like they have like crappy sight, but they can hear really well. But tailor your apocalypse to your settings. There's no like perfect settings. It's up to the player to dictate how often how their perfect apocalypse difficulty is. It's determined through every single character. Now you can also have it so that zombies that have not seen or heard players can attack doors and constructions while roaming. This is off. Why would they do that? I don't know. They can also damage this construction or not. So if you don't want them to, if you want a base and you want to like have like a pretty much like a fortified area, you can like disable it, and like you can just like make walls and they'll never come to you. You can also go ahead and determine if they're day or night active, which means that inactive zombies will be slower and they'll just like sometimes ignore you. If you want like night, you could like make it so like that night they're like kind of like night they're like dying light, where surviving that night is like difficult as fuck, or daytime if you want like a bit of a different change of pace. Like you can make them like vampire zombies, and if you want to like change your speed, you can have them as sprinters. Inactive zombies will be slower to not get chased. Active zombies will use the speed in the speed settings. So yeah, if you want like so that nighttime they become like sprinters, kind of like 7 Days to Die. But when I play 7 Days to Die, I just disabled that so that they're all just like walkers. Because screw sprinter zombies, honestly. This is a very interesting one. Zombie house alarm triggering. So only like players can trigger alarms. But if you enable this, you'll be hearing a lot of alarms, which could be a blessing or a curse. I don't really know the lore behind zombies not triggering alarms, but I guess I would assume that an alarm, a house alarm, detects like movement that's like not the owner or something. But maybe in this day of age, it detects like living people. But since zombies aren't living, maybe it doesn't work. I don't know. You can also enable drag down or fence lunges. So if you have like a horde on you and you have like no transmission, you can like survive with a lot of injuries. Just make sure to bandage, and you can disable this too. Now we get to the fun stuff. The advanced zombie options. This determines a lot of stuff throughout a playthrough. So you can set the population multiplier. So I think if we turn to high, it'll like change to high. Yep, it will. Okay, so if you want like insane zombies, you can just have it right there. If you want like normal zombies, it's like you just put to 1. If you want, you can even put no zombies or low zombie counts. New players should probably go with like a low zombie count, or they should like figure out how this stuff works, which I'm going to explain in a minute. So, population start multiplier. At the start of the game, this determines how many zombies will be in the game. So this is normal. This is the normal settings. You can either have it to 0. A lot of times, what I like to do is to set it to like low, so 0.5 or 0.25, because when you start, it's basically the initial infection. You know, it usually in zombie apocalypse, like at the start, there's like not that many zombies at the beginning, or maybe there are. I've only seen The Walking Dead, but I would like to assume that at the start, at the very beginning, there's like not that much, but as the time goes on, there'll be more, and that's where peak multiplier comes in. Peak multiplier, if you set a peak day, that's when more zombies, that's like the amount of zombies that'll like increase. So it would be like 1.5. You can increase this or decrease this to your playstyle. If you want like what I used to do, which is like a fraction of the normal start multiplier, but have like insane, good luck going to like any other towns. I did this before. I had it so that I set the peak multiplier to insane, and I tried to go to West Point, and there was just like too many zombies. I had to dip out, and the only safe place was Muldrow. So just keep in mind, set the peak to your preference. A lot of this is honestly just for personal preference in of itself. You can also determine the amount of days it takes for peak population. Default's like 28 days. A month's 30 days in Project Zomboid. If you want it more or lower, you can go ahead and tailor it. If you go to the 6 months later, peak day is 5. And that's pretty much fun. Yeah. So, fun stuff. The respawn hours. Oh my lord. So zombies respawn every so often. After like so many days. So it respawns like 3 in-game days. And this is how many times they respawn in a chunk that's unseen. And this is the fraction of still desired population made is respawn every... Yeah, this is how, like, how many zombies will, like, respawn every so often, and the redistribution hours. What I like to do is I like to disable the respawn, because, or just have, like, high respawn, just so, like, you can clear an area and be relatively safe. But, and also, like, so you can, like, go back to it every so often until, like, the respawn happens. If you want like more zombies, or you can just disable respawns just so once you clear an area it's cleared, unless a meta event happens and like zombies just like get attracted to that area. But there's also gonna be like an ass load of zombies in a normal playthrough anyway, so if you want to like disable respawns, you'll still have plenty of zombies. And there's like zombies there's like spare zombies in the woods sometimes, so honestly my go-to is just to disable respawn nowadays and just clear areas and not have to worry about them in the future. Then we get the sound distance. This is how many distance, how much how many wait, what am I saying? This is how far a zombie will walk towards the last unheard. So if you like blast a shotgun and like a zombie's like at like 100, it'll take like 100 to like, they'll just walk 100 steps to the sound. I don't know if I explained it right, but I think that's how it works. I think it's like a sound happens, they'll like walk that way, like it's like a specific distance. So like if like you shove a shotgun, and shotguns have like high like sound distance, anything at that area will just come your way. You can enable disable, so like zombies will like hear from maximum of like 1000. Good luck on that. Or like 10 if you wanted to have like kind of like a gun type playthrough without drawing a massive horde. I think that's how it works. I don't know. I don't really mess around with like a bunch of these like other settings. Then you can determine how big or small groups are. Groups don't form inside buildings or forest zones. You can the default is 2, but you can have it to like they either don't group at all or they just have like a small group, which is kind of cool. This is how much they travel when they're idle, I guess. Minimum is 5 and maximum is 50. Okay. Oh, this distance real zombies travel to form groups, so they group up not that far from each other. And this is how far they are between groups. So 15. And then this is how close members of a group stay to the group's leader. I don't know what zombie is a group leader, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it for Sandbox. Let me know if you want to see some more tips or tricks videos. Looking at this video right now, I didn't expect it to be this long, and it's just like me rambling on basically my base knowledge. There's still some stuff I don't know about this game. Like, a lot of stuff I just don't know about this game, and that's okay, you know? That means that's something that somebody else knows that could probably, like, fill me in the comment section down below. Sorry for just, like, the sporadicness of my commentary. Maybe when I do these in the future, I'm gonna go ahead and write a script and try to go through with it. But, well, this is gonna be the start of the tips and tricks video. I have a few more tips and tricks that I know of that I can go ahead and do. But there's probably gonna be like there's like a lot of this game that I don't know about. A lot that I don't know about. So if you want to see more, comment down below, like the video, subscribe. Also, another thing, follow me on Twitter. I haven't really said this much, but just go ahead and follow me on Twitter. My Twitter's down in the description down below. If you want to know when my videos are coming up, if you want to see what I say throughout the day, yada yada yada. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next tips and tricks video, if you guys want to see more. So, that being said, peace out everyone. Have a good day.